Okay, in this assignment, we are going to create this print document. We'll just call it a flyer. It has 3 pages, and they all three have the same layout. So we're going to be working with something called master pages, where you just design one page and you can apply all the same layout and text boxes and everything on each page. Okay? So the first thing that you need to do is to create a new document. So we'll go File, New Document. And I will make a screenshot of this so that you can copy it. We're going to go to Print, and we want it to be a half sheet, so a half of a letter. So click on that, and then go over here, and then as always, type your name. And I'm going to call it Flyers. You can call it whatever assignment this is. I'm not sure what number it's going to be yet. I think number 5. All right, so we have our measurement units in pixels. It gave us this automatically for a half sheet paper. Here's where you need to start changing things. I want it to be 3 pages. You're going to uncheck facing pages. You're going to have 2 columns. And your column gutter, I want you to put that at 30. And I'll explain what that is when the document starts. So 30 pixels for the column gutter. The margins, you can leave the same. And then down here where it says bleed and slug, I don't know if you have that open. It might be just like this when you first open this. Same with margins. If any of that is closed, just click here and open it. And then where it says bleed, I want you to put, let's just make it 5. So put 5 pixels for the bleed, and you can leave slug alone. And I'll explain what all that stuff is later. So I'm going to make a screen snap of this because I'll put that in the Google slide for you to copy and say create. All right, so here's our document. You can see now what all that stuff was that I specified. This distance right here from the edge of the page to where that red line is, that's called your bleed. And that's when you have something that's going off the end of the page. You need a little extra room there because when a printer is printing a document, sometimes the paper slips when they're cutting it. So you have to have this little extra space. So that's called a bleed right there where that red line is. Now our margins, this was our margins all the way around here. That's just to keep any text from going off the edge. You want to keep all your text and important things inside of these, inside your margin. And then what the 2 columns were, it's this, the left and right column, and this is called the gutter. That's the space that's in between the 2 columns. So if you go back to my other document, you'll see that it just spaces out these 2 columns of text. So I have all my text inside this column, or inside the margin. I have this gutter here. And then let me show you bleed. I have mine on preview right now, so let's go to normal. So you can see when I blow this up that I have all my image and things that go off the edge of the page. They're going past the page into that where that red line is. So that is what the bleed is. Hopefully you can see that okay. So that's the bleed area. That's the extra image that we need. And of course you don't need it on the white because that's just the color of the paper. All right, so what we're going to do is make something called master pages. So you're going to build one page, and then it's going to populate the other 3 pages to look exactly like it, and then you can just switch the photos and the text out. So go over here. We need properties open. You also need pages open. So if that's not open, you can always go to Window and make sure that you have pages open. And you'll see we have our 1, 2, 3. Those are our 3 pages. But up here where it says Master, we're going to work in that. So right click on this to get into the master page, all right? And I can tell it's on the master page because that's now highlighted. So now everything I build, it's going to be on this master page and it's going to show up on those pages too. So in the next video, I'll show you how to start making your page, but this video is just to show you how to set up your document and get it ready.